Hello students, let's start the next part of the Fourier series is half range Fourier series. Half range Fourier series means, okay, in the Fourier series you have seen that Fourier series contains constant term, cosine term and sine term. Okay, means sometimes what it becomes, it is necessary to find the only cosine terms and or only sine terms. Series contains only cosine term or series contains only sine term. When it is necessary, when the function is even, have the even nature, in that case what we are doing is, where that series contains only cosine term. If the function is odd nature, if the function have the odd nature, that series contains only sine terms. It means sometimes it is necessary to find only cosine series. It is necessary to find series which contains only cosine terms. Sometimes it is necessary to find a series which contains only sine terms. Now what we are doing is, we are making the series into two parts. Those parts are called as half range series. Means in that Fourier series only we are making two parts. One is cosine series, another one is sine series. Means that is cosine half range series, sine half range series. Okay. You have seen that one. The intervals are minus L to L. General length of the interval is minus L to L. This is the general length of the interval when we have length of the period 2L. Right? When we have the length of the period 2L, this is the general length of the interval. Okay. This is what length of the interval of the Fourier series. Now, to achieve the half range Fourier series, the interval must be 0, L. The interval must be 0, L. If the interval is minus pi to pi, then to achieve half range Fourier series, the interval should be 0 to pi. 0 to pi, then we can find the half range series. Why we are finding half range series? Because you have seen, you have solved many examples in that many problems. In that you have seen that sometimes we simply found the Fourier series which is containing sine term. Sometimes you have seen the Fourier series which contains only cosine term. For that, secondly, we are showing here half range series. Only means only finding cosine series, Fourier series, or only sine range Fourier series. Here you can see a table. This table gives us a required series and Fourier cosine, Fourier coefficients. Okay. Here you can see f of x in the intervals. Intervals is 0 to L and 0 to pi. Here it is gives the required series. In half range Fourier series means, in that one we have two types of series. One is cosine series, another one is sine series. The half range cosine series is given by a0 by 2 plus summation n equals to 1 to infinity en cos n by x upon L. This is half range cosine series in the interval 0 to L. And Fourier coefficient is given by a0 is equals to 2 by L integration 0 to L f of x into dx. And an coefficient is equals to 2 by L integration 0 to L f of x into cos n by x upon L into dx. Next, sine series in the interval 0, L, 0 to L, it is given by summation n equals to 1 to infinity bn sin n by x upon L. Sin n by x upon L, this is a sine series in the interval 0 to L. And the coefficient bn is given by 2 by L integration 0 to L f of x into sin n by x upon L into dx. Now, when we have the interval 0 to pi, in that case cosine series is given by a0 by 2 plus summation 1 to infinity an cos n x, and the coefficients are given by a0 is equals to 2 by pi integration 0 to pi f of x into dx, an is equals to 2 by pi integration 0 to pi f of x into cos nx dx. Next, in the interval 0 to pi, sine series is given by summation 1 to infinity bn sin nx, and coefficient of Bn is given by 2 by pi integration 0 to pi f of x into sin nx dx. This table gives a series of sine half range series, this series and coefficients of half range, sine series, half range, cosine series. Okay, let's solve one example of this one. Obtain the sine half range Fourier series of f of x equals to x square. Here function is x square in the interval 0 less than x less than pi, means in the interval 0 to pi. Here f of x is defined in the interval 0, pi. Okay, since they are asking sine half range series, sine half range Fourier series is given by, from this table you can write the interval is 0 to pi, then sine half range Fourier series is this one. F of x equals to summation n is equals to 1 to infinity bn sin nx. This is sine half range series. Okay. Now we will find the value of this Fourier quotient bn. Bn is equals to 2 by pi integration 0 to pi f of x into dx. And here f of x into sin nx dx. Here f of x is given, that is x square, that is equals to 2 by pi integration 0 to pi x square sin nx dx. Bn is equals to 2 by pi integration 0 to pi x square into sin nx dx. Now you can see here two functions in the form of a product. To integrate this one, we need to apply the Bernoulli's rule. Applying Bernoulli's rule, for integration, that is, let me write the Bernoulli's rule. Integration of u into v dx is integration of v dx minus derivative of u, second integration of v with respect to x, plus second derivative of u, triple integration of v with respect to x, and so on. This is a Bernoulli's rule for integration. Applying this rule for this term, okay, we have bn is equals to 2 by pi integrating now x square into integration of sin nx is minus cos nx by n minus next u dash. U dash is derivative of x square, that is 2x into next second integration of v means integration of integrated term v here, that is integration of this one. This already we have obtained, that is minus cos nx by n, right? Minus cos nx by n. Or here taking minus 1 by outside means keeping minus 1 by constant, integrating only cos nx, that is sin nx by n plus next derivative of 2x. Second derivative of x square means derivative of 2x, that is 2. That is derivative of x is 1. 2 into 1 is 2. Okay, here minus 1 by n into n is minus 1 by n square. Next triple integration of v is integration of v, double integration of v, one time integration, it is here. Second time integration, it is here. Now we need to third time integration, means integrate, we need to do integrate that one. Integration of sin nx is minus cos nx by n between the limits 0 to pi. Now we know that sin sin n pi. Sin n pi is equals to 0. Sin 0 is also 0. These are standard results. Sin n pi is equals to 0 and sin 0 also 0. Using these results here, if we use these results, the second term vanishes. Right? Second term vanish because sin n pi is equals to 0, which is equal to sin 0. Means sin 0 and sin n pi both are 0. Therefore, we are left with only the first and second term. Okay, minus, and I am keeping 1 by n as it is, x square cos nx between the limit 0 to pi. Okay, separate them by the limits. Next here, minus into plus, minus 2 by n square into n cube, minus into minus plus. Okay, plus here 2 by n cube into cos nx between the limit 0 to pi, 2 by pi, 2 by pi. Next 1 by n is minus 1 by n. Applying the limits, upper limit pi, that is pi square cos of n pi. Next lower limit 0, this means total term becomes 0, plus 2 by n cube cos of n pi minus cos of 0, lower limit 0. Next this is equals to 2 by pi minus 1 by n into pi square cos n pi plus 2 by n cube cos n pi minus cos 0 is 1. 2 by pi into bracket. Now we all know that what is the value of cos n pi? Many times we have used that result. Cos n pi is equals to minus 1 raised to n. Cos n pi is equals to minus 1 raised to n. Substituting that one, this is minus pi square by n. This is minus 1 raised to n. Cos n pi is minus 1 raised to n plus 2 by n cube. Cos n pi is minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Or 2 by pi minus pi square by n into minus 1 raised to n. Okay, taking minus common from these terms, taking minus common from this one, that is minus, plus and minus minus 2 by n cube, 1 minus of minus 1 raised to n. This is the value of Bn. This is the value of Bn. Now, thus the required series, thus the required sine half range series is f of x is equals to summation n is equals to 1 to infinity bn. Bn is nothing but this one, 2 by pi into bracket minus pi square by n minus 1 raised to n minus 2 by n cube into bracket 1 minus of minus 1 raised to n into sin x. This is the required sine half range series.